day of July at 12:36 a.m. It is a Monday. Kama wiki iliyopita tunafanya a Sunday session on a Monday. This is nothing new. If you are a regular, unajua tunasemanga wakati ni nini haswa. Tunaulizanga hilo swali mara kwa mara, na hivyo basi tuko hapa Jumatatu kwa sababu wakati ni nini. Karibu sana to another session. Shukran for taking the time and for joining us for yet another one. Natumai hali ni njema upande wako. Karibu kwa session nyingine, tutafanya recap then to get into yale maswala ambayo tumekuja kuzungumzia siku ya leo Jumatatu. Hizi ni zile efforts zetu za kawaida za kujaribu angalau kuchip na kuona kama tunaweza graze kidogo capitalism. Siko sure kama tunaweza ifanya na tuiscrape, but tunajaribu na hizi efforts minimal, kujaribu hiyo effort kidogo ile iko. In the meantime, huu upande mwingine kuna more and more taxes and the burden inakuwa heavier. Is it possible? Who knows? Dismantle the entire thing as Babu would advise and also as Rumbi advised and stated. Tukiongea na yeye on Friday, a few days zilizopita, a conversation that unafaa kucheki. Alikuwa amerelease a project, rather amerelease a project, alikuwa amerelease a single, a track that day to culminate the individual single song releases zile alikuwa anafanya for June, from June 9th, and the culmination was a 4-track EP. Eventually ndio kitu alikuwa ana work towards, inaitwa June Reconstructed. Tulikuwa na a live conversation na yeye on Instagram, iko up on the channel, unaweza iona iwapo hujaicheki. Beautiful conversations, it's always a great time tukiwa na Rumbi na tukiconverse naye. We had one in January mwaka ukianza, akiongelea this 26 track project ile ana undertake. Heavy task na amefika halfway, so kuna 13 more tracks to go. Ana release a track each fortnight. Tukaongelea that project, tukaongelea pia June Reconstructed, a remix of EP yake ya July 2020 called Just Another June. And Just Another June ilikuwa the last track aliyo release hiyo Ijumaa 30th of June. So check out that interview kama hujaicheki, check hiyo conversation kama hujaicheki. Ni amazing sana, na unajua huwa sisemi vitu for the sake of kusema. My sentiments are trustworthy and reliable, and you know this, if you know. Hiyo ilikuwa Ijumaa. Wiki ijayo lakini tulizungumzia podcast yetu, tulikuwa tumedrop episode ya kwanza of the podcast. Nilikuwa na share the news that we have a podcast. Wiki mbili zishaisha since 19th June 2023 when the episode ili debut post Nugget Clarity. For those of us wenye wana watch hii session, wenye wanakunga kwa hizi Sunday sessions, most likely usha tune in, ushasikiza, so asante sana kwako. If by whatever chance una watch hii video na uko this far into the video na hujaona post Nugget Clarity ama hujaisikiza, iko available everywhere kwa your preferred platform. Unaweza iwai tune in, isikize, acha your feedback, acha your sentiment, do the necessary nice things za kutusaidia kugrow, na tutashukuru sana. Kwa hiyo check that out. That's what nilikuwa na discuss wiki iliyopita kwa the opening segment of our Sunday session iliyofanyika on a Monday. Ilikuwa Monday iliyo follow event ya Goofy na Mufasa, which ilikuwa ina run the entire weekend on Saturday the 24th and then on Sunday the 25th. Inaitwa Nairobi Dating Stories, a collaborative effort between Goofy na Mufasa featuring other acts as well. Check your video out, check your conversation out. Tuliigusia, nilishare some angles of the conversation, nili dissect some angles of that conversation and of that show, and tuliongelea pia the following rather the day of your Monday later in the day, tuli expand that conversation kuhusu hiyo show further. So that is something that you should be looking out for depending on when you're watching this video. If you're watching this video sai ni 12:40, if you're watching this video kituka 10 hours plus after, hiyo conversation nasema that tuli have ishatoka na iko available. If you're watching this video within 10 hours, that conversation is coming out in the next 10 hours, 9 or 10 hours, itakuwa available. So look out for hiyo extended conversation. Tuli delve deeper into Nairobi dating stories. Kama hujacheki ya kwanza, ningekuhimiza uanze na hiyo kwanza, usikize the angles that I dissected and touched on, then unaweza jump into the extension of hiyo conversation, the extension of your review and our sentiments kuhusu the show, amongst other things that are related and connected to the show, na tuta appreciate mbaya sana. Pia unaweza tumia Goofy na Mufasa link wajue that tuliwazungumzia, tuliwaongelea, maybe itawafikia at some point in time, maybe wataona this person whom we have subscribed to alituzungumzia, maybe washaona hii video that nasema ya wiki iliyopita. Who knows, who knows. But Goofy is busy traveling the world and touring the country and writing poetry and shooting video content. Mufasa is busy writing poetry, living life, anawateka mtandaoni na mashairi yake. So but haya mazungumzo ndiyo tulikuwa nayo kwa segment yetu ya pili, after kuzungumzia the podcast, the Tuna-Do podcast, which unafaa kusikiza. Iko available kwa platforms zozote zile, your preferred platform, itafute, utaiwai usikize hizi episodes ama hiyo episode moja, because ni moja, and then ukae tu ngoje uone what shall happen next. Nairobi Dating Stories ikafuatia baada ya hapo, kisha tukazungumzia vile I am finally published on a national newspaper. All these years of writing, all these years of reviewing, of criticism, finally ime pay off, and I was featured by way of plagiarism on a national newspaper. A few lines of mine appeared somewhere. I read them and found them to be familiar. The first time nilizisoma, I did not have that feeling of familiarity. I was, however, curious that this person also made this observation about the people they were writing about. So I made that mental note, and that was my response when I first read those sentences on the article. And then returning to it later, I viewed them with a fresh perspective. And the reason for this is because I had recently reread my article, and so it was fresh. Thus, when I read the article again and saw that segment, I noted what had happened, and it made sense how I had reacted the first time when I read that same article, and my curious reaction and response. So that was what we shared as we finished our session, that I'm a published author on a national newspaper by way of plagiarism. I am still talking to my lawyers wanisaidie kufigure out which is the best way possible to handle this or go about this, or just lash out mtandaoni, as Bari Tirop alikuwa na suggest wiki iliyopita, as Nyanchama alikuwa pia na suggest, as Wambo was suggesting later, alinipigia during the week, but Wambo alikuwa saidia the author who plagiarized me, akijaribu kuplay devil's advocate. So yeye ashabaiwa, ako compromised in short. So tutajua vile tutafanya kuhusu hiyo story ya plagiarism, but that was our conversation ya wiki iliyopita. For today Tuna masuala kadhaa za kuzungumzia, events mbili, then tumalize, as well as 104 weeks of Sunday sessions. 104 weeks later, this is the 104th Sunday. Yo, wow. Show me another, nionyeshe mwingine. Kuna mtu mmoja ameungana nami hapa, jitambulishe tafadhali, nitashukuru sana. Let me know that you're here with yours truly in the wee hours. It's still early, it's 12:46. Early if you consider sai bado kukua usiku, so it's still early. It's just 46 minutes past midnight East African time. Also, it is early in the morning if your day starts at midnight. It's early in the morning. So shukran sana for being here with I and I. So hizi ni wiki 104 za hizi Sunday sessions. I should calculate how many hours those have been. Tangu nianze in July of 2021. I've done this for such a long time. Inakuanga ni routine na ni kawaida kwangu kuappear here, whether I'll appear on Sunday or on Monday, whether nitakuja hapa Sunday maybe kutoka 7:30 or 8 p.m. or 9, whether I'll come here at around 10 or 11 or from midnight or 1 a.m. 2 a.m. on Monday morning. Kuna siku 2 days ikifuatana, ilikuwa wiki najua kuna blankets, and then the week before blankets. So blankets was on the 4th of April. Was it? Because hii ingine imekuwa 2nd July. I think ilikuwa 4th April. And then the week before that, or was it on 2nd? And then the week before that kulikuwa na show ya mbunge, show yake after kuretire, safari ya Malenga in Nakuru. So nilikuwa nimeenda hiyo show, hiyo Sunday ili happen, then traveled back, then nikafanya my session on Monday morning, na ilikuwa maybe, was it 3 or 4, or maybe from 2 or 3, maybe 2 all the way before kitu kama hicho. Watu wawili wako hapa, asante sana for joining. Like the video importantly, hata kama utaniambia uko hapa, like the video isaidia kudanganya the algorithms. So nilikuja hapa for that session in the wee hours, then the following week the same thing ika happen. Nilikuwa nimetoka blankets, came back, nika have kushughulikia mziki ya wiki 2.0, did so, and after kushughulikia mziki ya wiki 2.0 went live maybe it was from 5 in the morning. Literally when watu walikuwa wana pick up siku yao na wana participate in capitalism, mimi na efforts zangu ndogo za kufight capitalism hapa nilikuwa naenda live at 5 in the morning, and or maybe 5:30. That went until kituka 7 or almost 8. So for those 2 weeks zikifuatana zilikuwa Sunday sessions, zili happen Monday asubuhi in wee hours. For what reason? I have no idea. This person just does things vile anataka kufanya, ni kama hajali na obviously hajipendi. So hizo zimekuwa our Sunday sessions, and this is our 104th Sanaa kwa Sanaa Sunday session. 2 years of doing this kila wiki bila fail. Insane to think about, and that ku observe that imekuwa a reality. Anyway, On Saturday, which ni siku sasa karibu siku mbili zilizopita. If you are here, like the video tafadhali. It's still 0 likes. What are we doing? Tunadu. So on Saturday kulikuwa na a coding event at the Goethe-Institut. So this is happening under a project, an initiative called Nafasi, and the Goethe-Institut a few months back, maybe in March, or is it in April? I think ilikuwa in March, walipeana a call out and they were taking ideas from people for exhibitions za artists, exhibitions za photography, I believe as well, for dance performances, and then for musical performances. Hizo ndizo zilikuwa their parameters, and concert performances pia unaweza zi lump together, but hivyo ndivyo walikuwa wamezi categorize. So walipeana a call out, watu ilikuwa wa submit their ideas, ilikuwa zi vet after that na wapeane their responses and their feedback as to who amekuwa successful na atapata the space. Hiyo kuwa an amazing thing about the Goethe-Institut, wakipeananga nafasi wanapeanga wasanii space, opportunity ya kufanya kile watafanya na watumie space yao bila kuwa charge. So inallow watu wa get into their creative zone na wa kuwe productive na wa explore their ideas. The space is there, you pitch your idea, pitch your concept, unakuwa accepted, and then kuna different concepts from different artists. So kuna a lot of events that happen there, na ni events tofauti, concepts tofauti, ideas tofauti. Shukran sana Sheri, it's been a long time tangu nikuone kwa alive. It's been a long time. Thank you so much kwa kukuwa hapa. Anasema consistently. Thank you so much for being here. Asante sana, asante sana. Najua hizi ni matime zako. So creative coding performances, maybe this is the first Nafasi event. Juu wali announce watu wamekuwa successful last month, or was it in May towards the end? Last month ilikuwa June. Wali announce people who've been successful na watu wamekuwa accepted ku showcase concepts zao, na ukiangalia kurasa zao mtandaoni utapata information na maarifa kuhusu concepts zile walikubali na wale wasanii na vile vikundi ambavyo vitakuwa vinaonyesha kazi zao katika nafasi ya Goethe-Institut. So check them out, uone their calendar is out, uone what you can pop out for, what you can check out. Ni July up until August. Kuna a lot of events zile. Asante for liking the video, whoever has done that. Uone vile kalenda hiyo inakaa, uone kile unaweza cheki, and hizi events hata kama si vitu that you are aware of or interested in, your curiosity ni amazing, because I had seen this and nikajiambia I have to go and watch, just kuona the title ya creative coding performances for me ilipick interest yangu, nikasema I have to show up for this, nione how the experience will be. Nikaona iko facilitated na Monrea, whose work I love. I have reviewed Monrea debut EP yake Heart ama Her Art. I even shared posts about it a few weeks back because ilikuwa ina celebrate its 3rd anniversary. It's one of those albums and projects that came out in 2020. Ilitoka in June. I shared sentiments about it 3 years later, na just a short brief post kusema that imeturn 3 on its 3rd year anniversary. So Monrea ni mtu nimesikia for a while and whose work I have enjoyed. Nimemwona live as well, so I have also watched her do easy coding performances. Ameifanya on several platforms. So seeing this poster ilinipatia hiyo curiosity ya kutaka kuenda na kuona what is happening, and for me that was enough. Sikuifikiria sana, nikasema sijatoka apart from Monday I believe, and then Wednesday kwenda ku hang out na Brolik, the great Brolik, DJ Brolik the freestyler. Nikasema acha niishie nicheki this coding performance and what it's about, and ilikuwa worthwhile. So the creative coding concert featuring Monre and friends involve various artists who have been exploring live music coding using Sonic Pi to perform together for the first time, and walikuwa naifanya as an ensemble. And this event is part of Nafasi, as nimesema, an initiative of the Goethe-Institut Kenya to give artists more opportunities to showcase new experimental and process-based work within our various spaces. That is what was happening. Ilikuwa na feature MKW, Goddess, A9C 388, Popping Tonic, Music Junkie, Ndungu, Mbithi, Che, Coelho, and Monrea mwenye alikuwa na facilitate, and it's a BYTE initiative, BYTE initiative, spreading creative coding. After the event walipeana a form ya watu kufeel if this is something that you would love to do and explore and learn. I do not know if it is open still, but I believe so. So iwapo you are interested in creative coding and exploring live music coding using Sonic Pi, unaweza tafuta Mon Rea mtandaoni, atakupatia more details. You can reach out pia if you need the exact pages za kucheki, unaweza comment below. You can reach out to me as well, naweza saidia ninavyoweza. Niambie Monrea kuna mtu mwingine mwenye ako interested and we can make something happen, tukupatie hizi connects. But ilikuwa fascinating, ilikuwa thrilling, ilikuwa exciting kufika Gute, kuingia kwa the auditorium na kuona kulikuwa na 2 screen projections on the wall far at the front, and then the immediate wall ile iko on your left as you enter, and then on your immediate right kulikuwa na another projection there. The projection ile ilikuwa kwa this wall on your left as you enter during the second half of the event, because kulikuwa na break katikati, waliizima, and it made sense because as you entered the auditorium, your light from that projector ilikuwa distracting na ilikuwa piercing. So ukikaa hii side and unajaribu kuangalia hii projection, ile iko kwa ukuta upande wako wa kulia ukiingia, na ile iko huko mbele, which it showed the same thing as the one on your left as you entered, haikukuwa ina make sense for that one to be there. So pia in terms of arrangement, ndivyo nilikuwa naifikiria in terms of design, how ku organize na kupanga hiyo space jinsi watu watakavyokaa. Najua walikuwa wamekaa watu hii side from the entrance and kwa a curve up until hiyo meza ile ilikuwa kwa huu ukuta mwingine opposite this wall, ile ilikuwa inaonyesha the screen ya the coders and the music performers. Hapo ndipo walikuwa wamekaa, so their screens zilikuwa zinaprojectiwa on our right. So as you enter the auditorium, this wall on your right, hapo ndipo walikuwa wanaiproject, and then the coders walikuwa wamekaa huu pande mwingine opposite. And then now from where they were and their tables, kukuja hivi ina curve up until the exit entrance, ndipo sisi tulikuwa tumekaa and the seats were arranged in that curved manner. So that projector ilikuwa kwa one of the tables hapo, ilikuwa distracting, so waliizima during the second half of the event. Sijui nani aliwapatia huo wasia, lakini ulisaidia because ilikuwa significant sana, and tukiwa tumekaa vile tulikuwa tumekaa tukiangalia hiyo side moja na ingekuwa sawa. And then since the performers pia ndo walikuwa the last point of contact between them and that other wall huko mbele, wangeangalia hiyo side if that was the idea ya hiyo, au kuiweka hapo hii side ingine on our left as you enter. If the idea was to put it there for them, haiku make sense necessarily because they could just have faced the other end. So that was the way walikuwa wame set up the space, and hivyo ilikuwa, but ilikuwa intriguing kuona watu wakitumia code and live coding ku create music na kuperform music. And while this was happening, kuna Tina, Rainbow, Minds, Elias, Christine mwenye alikuwa responsible for offering visual imagery, visual complementary art to what was happening, complementary visual art to what was happening and what they were playing. So there's a way that walikuwa wame connect whatever tulikuwa tunasikiza, and ye alikuwa na some images that zilikuwa zina correspond to the music. So ungeangalia jinsi zilikuwa zinaji display, so ni this different graphics. Some of those are spiral based and circular shapes and circular forms. Some of those, kuna moja ilikuwa na form kama ya butterfly. And these visual images zilikuwa zina correspond to the music, and kazi ilikuwa zina respond to the music. Ungesikia the music na utune into what is playing, kama ni this piano melody, ama kama kuna a point of distortion, if drums zinaongezwa, if kuna a vocal excerpt and someone is speaking, if someone is singing, ungeona the impact, na ungeona those images, those visual images zikirespond to that. And the way that zilikuwa zina react ilikuwa ina come from the music that was being played and being created tukiwa pale. So I absolutely loved that. Ningependa kuunderstand that concept more, kujua vile ina work. For instance, kulikuwa na, I think ilikuwa Ndungu aliplay as the penultimate person. Kwanza amechoka na kufanya software na coding because ameifanya for 17 years. So yeah, could get into his space ya live coding na mziki ni exciting kwake na ni something new. Ali incorporate a lot of elements kwa piece yake, ama pieces zake zile ali piece together. And ungesikiza vocal excerpts, vocal samples, ungesikiza also different musical elements of instrumentation zile ameongeza, na ilikuwa fun sana. So ningependa kuunderstand vile walikuwa wana create, and the music ile tulikuwa tunasikia, how much of it, what percentage of it is pre-created before wakuje, and what was happening in the moment in terms of au kucode na kuskiza sisi sa upande wetu, the results of what walikuwa na create and the results of what walikuwa wana do and how walikuwa naifanya. Ningependa kujua the ins and outs of hizo processes of this kind of creation, na kuona okay, I'm doing this here kwa hii code, kwa this interface, and hivyo ndivyo ina affect kile anafanya, hivyo ndivyo ina create whatever it is unasikia, and hiyo relationship and whatever it is that walikuwa wana create, and the samples that walikuwa wana pick from, cause ungeweza ona jina za whatever they were using. For example, kama ni this track or sijui sample, kick, snare, ungeona vitu kama hivyo. So ningependa kujua how that was looking like. And then for instance, for Music Junkie, performance yake na Monrea, kwanza vile nilisikia Music Junkie is performing, nilikuwa surprised. Niambia, Junkie nini? Junkie hafanyi furaha nini? Furaha ufanyi. Ilikuwa a collaborative performance. Alikuwa anasoma writing yake, alikuwa anasoma shairi lake Santi Speaks kuhusu mwanawe, then Monrea alikuwa ana create na alikuwa amecurate the music and whatever tulikuwa tunasikia, as well as the code that alikuwa amecreate. And ungeona the piece in writing kwa that interface ungeiona yote, and ilikuwa in different verses, ilikuwa in different beats, and bado ungeona hizo elements za code and Monrea moving from one place to another, kama ni kuhighlight beats or the specific verse of the poem that uko in, and then ye kumove bado to hizo elements zingine za code na kucopy this, kupaste, kuhighlight, kufanya another thing. And hizi ni actions that pia the other people who wali showcase kazi zao walikuwa wanafanya. For instance, yeye pia na yeye alikuwa ana come live from South Africa, so alituplay, alituperformia through Zoom, so everyone alikuwa anaifanya hivyo. I think I actually watched everyone. Did I watch Goddess? Maybe Goddess ndio alianza. Nilipata A9C akimaliza, and then nikaona MKW, Popping, Furaha, Ndungu na Che. Nilipata A9C in fact nili experience a large chunk of it, tukiona yote, lakini but upande wa hiyo screen ilikuwa at the farthest point from the entrance, uko mbele kwenye stage inaekangwa. Ilikuwa a game that was being played, ilikuwa inakukumbusha hizi video games za kitambo, sort of kitu ka Mario, na ilikuwa na hiyo aesthetic, and ilikuwa ina tie to kile ilikuwa ina happen pia kwa screen ingine ya where the coding was happening, and hizo actions zote za teknolojia, na kule alikuwa na kodia hiyo mziki from. That was super interesting, na ikaisha, akarudi back to the top, and the title was The Great Fall. And I was just imagining how the entire experience was from the start, kupata huo muktadha wa jinsi the coding, jinsi the music, jinsi the sound ina tie to whatever tulikuwa tunacheki kwa hiyo game. Ilikuwa really fascinating, and the entire experience ilikuwa a thing of intrigue, and vile nimesema, kama ni something that ungependa kujua more about, unaweza tafuta Monrea, Monrhea, ujue zaidi. Pia iwapo you need to get in touch na unashindwa, unaweza niambia, alafu nitafanya ninachoweza mimi na uwezo wangu mdogo, nitajaribu. But ilikuwa different sort of event and experience of performance. I've just watched clips of Monrea sharing this kwa stories zake on Instagram. Sijaimwona akifanya live. The number of times I've watched Monrea live, anakuanga haitumiangi yuko ana pull music sets, music from whatever ako nazo kuunda sets zake. So this was a different experience, kuona team yake na friends wakicreate in this manner, na it seems iko na a lot of possibility, and it can add on to the fabric that is music performance and live music performance, and also creating soundscapes and creating music. Hizo pia ni vitu that ningependa kujua zaidi about hizo possibilities za kule inaweza enda na kile inaweza do. So hiyo ilikuwa creative coding performances courtesy of the Nafasi Initiative. Unaweza angalia pia Goethe ujue more about the Nafasi Initiative, na uone calendar yao, una zile events zile zinakuja. I will mention this, someone I have talked about a number of times, Labdi atakuwa ana showcase kitu on August 3rd at the Goethe-Institut courtesy of Nafasi, August 3rd. Just go to Goethe's page, uone hiyo kalenda yao, uangalie the title of that show. There is no way you are missing that show. And something should be coming up. that has to do with Labdi and Sanaa kwa sana. Baada ya hapo, a few days after your third, on the 6th, kutakuwa na a performance, but not courtesy of Goethe, but a performance at Cheche. Kutakuwa na Cheche session ya Zaituni Omboi, and I'm mentioning this because kumekuwa na Cheche session ya Lisa Oduor-Noah jana 2nd of July 2023, which was absolutely an experience. If you have watched Lisa live, unajua what Lisa does, unajua capabilities zake. Lisa is a performer na ni one of those artists wenye wanaweza perform and they do it exceptionally. Pia wakiingia kwa studio, they also do it exceptionally. If you've heard Lisa's songs over the years, akona a career that ina span a decade, na umemwona live, unajua how true this is. I think that can form a really interactive conversation if we look at artists wenye can perform and can also record now excel at both. We've talked about this here a number of times, sana in 2021 when Kafura used to be our people's before tutoke, when alikuwa na show up for our Sunday sessions kama kuna game ya Man U ama kama kuna game ya Man U na in fact wako half time ana pop in kidogo, hizo masiku tumehave hiyo conversation on those sessions, during those sessions as well as outside of hizi sessions, because Kafuru anakuanga distinct when it comes to kusikiza wasanii wenye wanaweza perform on stage na kusikiza wasanii wenye ana prefer their recorded works. So hiyo making hiyo distinction, so inaweza kuwa an interactive and fun conversation kuangalia wasanii wenye wanaweza fanya zote mbili. Lisa Oduor is definitely katika hiyo orodha. So in January of last year, January 8th, 2022, Aaron Rimbui, Amani Baya na Eddie Gray walikuwa na perform at Gecko Jazz Saturdays, and Lisa alikuwa one of the acts wenye walifeature. And then apart from that, Nyanderitu pia aliperform, na hii kwanza ilikuja when we had just reviewed Nyanderitu the previous year, na tulikuwa tumeargue kwa video na tumedebate kwa video na Irauka kuhusu gospel music versus Christian music, which nikiongelea the featured acts Noel na Lisa during hiyo show ya kina Aaron, nimekumbuka that also for the coding performances which pia Cheche hufanya, nimesema walikuwa na an intermission, and then the other session, something I forgot to mention, ni walikuwa also na crowd interaction na participation where people walikuwa naongelea the experiences of their performances. People are sharing their thoughts and their sentiments. Na Sheri amesema, you make all these people sound so interesting. They are welcome. Wanitafute for real. So during your show at Gecko Cafe ya Amani Baya, Aaron na Eddie Gray, after the show niliongea na Lisa. Lisa ni mtu mwenye nimesikia for a while now, listened to her music, nimemjua for a number of years, so nilikuwa napatana na yeye for the first time hiyo siku. As a matter of fact, nilikuwa nazungumza na Noel Nderitu nilikuwa nimesimama hapo nje, sijui kama nilikuwa naongea na Lisa when Noel came through ama nilikuwa na Peter and then Noel akani 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 akaniita akaniambia liona review, and then aliitwa na someone else, so tukabaki nikiongea na Lisa. Azungumza na Lisa for some time, also met Lisa's sister Linda, tukashare kidogo before tutoke, before tuende njia separate, but ilikuwa such a fun, random, beautiful conversation na Lisa. That was in January. Ilikuwa January tarehe 8. At the time, one of the things that tuliongelea ilikuwa mziki yake na ye kurelease a project, na nikumuuliza whether fans wake wamemwitishanga a project, because Lisa ni one of those artists wenye wamethrive sana on performances na wamethrive pia sana kwa features na pia wamethrive sana kwa singles. So as I'm speaking about this, I'm thinking of June Gashui, who's had a lengthy career on stage. So by the time June alikuwa anafanya 20 years, debut album yake ilikuwa literally 20 years of yeye being in the industry, but as a performing artist na excelling at that. So ilikuwa a culmination of decades mbili akifanya debut yake 20 years, which I reviewed last year for MWE, the music writer exercise, which we had a conversation about with CC Babu 2 weeks zilizopita. Icheki usikize experience yake on MWE, which ni kusikiza a project hujawahi sikiza before each day of February and writing a tweet about it. So Lisa, on asking her kama hajaipata pressure ama kama yupata pressure from fans, akaniambia watu wameuliza kuhusu project, project. Then akaniambia, as a matter of fact, kuna project coming out next month. My debut is coming out next month. Akaniambia hivyo. Kasema ni interesting that I've just asked you about it and you are releasing the project, you're releasing a project. Pia, part of that conversation kule ilianza before to get into deeper aspects of our conversation. Ilikuwa mimi kukuwa surprised that Lisa alikuwa ananijua, but also nilimwambia Noel ndo alimwambia who I am, because the way Noel alikuja kuniongelesha, I think do you know this person, but Noel just came through and then ika come up, nikamwambia Noel ni aje fiti, and then Noel akaanza kuimention akasema this guy is only review my project, and I think at that point ndio ika hit Lisa, because sasa when Sanaa kwa Sanaa came into the conversation and was mentioned, ilikuwa clearer for Lisa, akasema Sanaa kwa Sanaa ambia you remember, akasema because niliandikanga review kuhusu ngoma yake Jahera beautiful song. I reviewed the video in 2020 or 2021. So I reviewed the video kwa mziki ya wiki, and then kumbuka nilimtumianga the link, so tukiongea na yeye alikuwa na make fun na alikuwa naisema in jest vile manze uko hapa nje una spend a lot of money on a video, you are working hard kufanya a video, budget, umefikiria my idea, and then umeshoot video with all its stresses na distresses, and then kuna this random human being existing somewhere who watches the video and then says whatever they choose to say about the video. So I remember we were joking about that na Lisa. Ilikuwa 2020. Ilikuwa 2020. Ndio maana nilikuwa nauliza Lisa, you remember that was 2020, and then we were meeting mwanzo wa 2022, but because niliongea vile niliongea kuhusu Lisa na video yake angesahau. Pole Lisa. Na but ilikuwa fun, and kile pia nasemanga napendanga hizo conversations na wasanii sana. kusikia tu sentiments zao kuhusu my reviews and how we were conversing about it. Lisa, ukiangalia the Sunday session that nilifanya the following day, cause ilikuwa on a Saturday, the event on the 8th, and then on the 9th I had a Sunday session. I mentioned meet Lisa and our conversation. I talked about the show, which pia iko available if you want to watch the entire performance ya Aaron, Amani na Eddie. Unaweza ipata uone kina Lisa, kina Noel, usikize the trio vile alikuwa na perform. Met also Mtetushani, met also Fadhili, and I think the previous year 2021 we had met Fadhili at Gecko as well. Kwa previous shows tukazungumza na Fadhili, tukamwambia kuhusu review yetu ya Shindushi, akaenda akaiwatch, and hizi fun conversations na wasanii, chilled conversations and beautiful moments. I think at the time we had also reviewed Tetu 2021 Life Before the Apocalypse, recorded studio debut yake. So ilikuwa a culmination of a lot, na just being in that space. Umereview Fadhili, you've had conversations with him, ali watch the 30-minute long review. Umereview Tetu literally a few weeks before that moment, mnapatana na yeye anawambia ali watch the review na alipenda the review. Mnapatana na Noel Nderitu, patana na Lisa who was about to release a project, who you've written about kwa the blog na nakwambia about it, and you stand there during your first face-to-face meeting, which nilikuwa jaribu kukumbuka earlier ilikuwa the first time pia that I've watched Lisa perform, and I think so. I have listened to music yake, nimesikia features zake. I don't think prior to that moment I have watched Lisa live. I'll try and see it na nione, but sidhani. And just seeing these people, talking to them, meeting them na kushare hizi beautiful moments ilikuwa amazing. So nikisema kitu Lisa alikuwa na refer to, this is what I am talking about. This is my review of Jahera on the blog. Hii kwanza ni mziki ya wiki 11. Sahii tuko mziki ya wiki 148. Yo, mziki ya wiki is almost 3 as well, kama Monrea's project na kama Black Swahili's project na kama Nyashinski's project. Mziki ya wiki is almost turning 3. So this is mziki ya wiki 11. Sheesh. November 15th, 2020. Ili feature Tulula, unyako part of Yaki-san. Ili feature Lucy the Lone Wolf, ili feature Bridget Blue, na ili feature Lisa Oduor. So on Jahera, nilisema the major grievance of Jahera is its predictable trope. Girl meets boy, they call each other, go on a date, and fall in love. Nonetheless, Lisa Oduor-Noah's vocal performance is the highlight of the song, and the writing is exceptional. The production matches her singing as she expressively shares her beautiful experience of love. Certainly, the couple blooms in each other's company. So, hiyo ilikuwa my review of the track. After mazungumzo yetu na Lisa, alirelease debut album yake self-titled in Feb. Tulireview, check your review out. If you have not, kwanza cha niangalie, if you're not part of the 20-something views, please, what are we doing? Tunadu. Nilikuwa nimepatana na one of diehards wake, alikuwa amekaa kwa stage literally uko juu VIP right next to the performers. Ilikuwa trio Lisa, then to Keys in a Half Live, and an electric guitarist. And talking to, in fact, during the intermission, ndio alisema aliwatch our review. Na nikamwambia, I think you're the first person mwenye ameniambia mwana hiyo review ya Oduor-Noah mwenye sijui. Ama taka ni mtu mwenye najua. Mtu kuniambia, yo, I watched that Oduor-Noah review. Na ilikuwa surprising that alikuwa ameicheki. Nasema, hey, watch your review. Oh, you did? Okay. So, the project came out. And Lisa ameperform. 50 views. Aya. Okay. Had no idea. I had no idea. Oh, 1 year ago. I thought ni 30 something, 36 hapo, or 28, 27. 50. To make it bana. If you're not part of the 50, maybe imeongezeka because we talked about Lisa and told people to go check out the review. So maybe that's the reason. Kama hujacheki your video tukireview Lisa Oduor-Noah's self-titled debut album, which I have a copy of here because I support Kenyan artists and I buy their material. As a matter of fact, nilikuwa nimeshika hata earlier. Yes. This is it. Which currently iko unavailable kwa streaming platforms. So if you have your copy, whether physical or digital, hauna hizi ma problems zile the rest of the people are facing because they don't support Kenyan artists. Be like some of us inakaa hivi nyuma. And iko na a beautiful sentiment from Lisa. Beautiful sentiment from Lisa. And I've shared something on Instagram an hour or so ago nikiongelea how the experience imekam full circle. Irauka ni aje. How the experience na amekam kama like video. Be like Irauka. Lisa amekuwa one of the artists wenye wamenionyesha so much love na appreciation for what I do. So that's the message that nilikuwa nimeshare on IG. Na ni beautiful sana. So iko na such a heartfelt comment here. Anyway, so some of us are not suffering from like the rest of you who don't support Kenyan artists. Na umesikia masaibu bei ya kutravel, yani hizo expenses zote, stories za visa and passports. Irauka ulikuwa show, ulisikia masaibu ya wasanii, and then you have to think of all of these other things that come with you being an artist, and hizo stresses zote, and then ampatie wasanii pesa. Mnataka wasanii wa survive aje? So Lisa releases debut yake, anaperform kwa different stages during last year, in and out of performances. Alikuwa Hedgehog, that was June of last year. Hiyo performance pia iko available, part nili capture. Check it out kwa our YouTube channel right here kule huko. And then finally amekuja Cheche, na in April, I mentioned this earlier, alikuwa Blankets and Wine. Again, ku emphasize, kama Mona Lisa live, unajua she's an experience. And nimestate that Lisa ni one of those artists wenye are great performers na also great recording artists, which Irauka huko hapa, but nimesema that can form for a great na fun conversation ile tunaweza have sometime in future. So nilikuwa najua haitakuwa anything short of amazing. This is Lisa. Huyu ni msanii mwenye ako na experience ya a decade plus kama arranger, kama composer, kama singer, songwriter, performer, hizo zote. Akona hats kibao, akona skills kibao nimemention. Kama unajua capabilities zake, then ukienda Alisa show unajua this will be great. And kuna wale wasanii wenye hawezi peana bad shows. So that was the experience. Kulikuwa na opening acts, nilikuwa na chai mbili from NAX. Ali perform kwa show ya Mbunge, safari ya Malenga. Alikuwa part of band ya Mbunge, and then pia a week after that or 2 weeks after hiyo show ya Mbunge alikuwa anafaa kukuwa na show yake mwenyewe. And before chai mbili kulikuwa na Shazi accompanied na Tajeo. Shazi amekuwa aki-open hizi sessions, a number of them. Sikuenda ya Ochiko, which was the previous one before Lisa's, but pia kwa ya Liboy, which ilikuwa the one before ya Ochiko, which ili happen midweek. Kuna kuanga na hizo special editions. Ni yeye ndio ali perform as well, na I even think for that one Tajia aliimba pia. So wamekuwa wakizifanya, wamefanya several of those songs. Walikuwa opening acts, then kawa na set ya kwanza from Lisa, then kawa na the intermission as they usually do, then set ya pili na wakamaliza, then kukawa na keki. And imeenda a couple of sessions huko, zile a number of sessions, few of them zile zimekuwa na watu ku celebrate na kukuwa na keki. Tulikuwa na Irauka during Aminatu Zara's Kalbi, which ilikuwa in May. Hey, yani it's almost 2 months since that show. Haikai, it's almost 2 months since Kalbi happened. Yo, kulikuwa na birthday ya Cheche wenyewe, they were celebrating a year in May as well. Na kumekuwa na hizo celebrations zile zime happen. So for that was the structuring of the show. Lisa performed ngoma zake from way back to songs from this project, her self-titled the debut. Alifanya Daylight. From this one alifanya Galaxy, alifanya Jahera, alifanya So Good, alifanya Malo, alifanya Alive, alifanya Jadala. Actually, almost the entire project, if you think about it. It's a 9-track project. It's 28 minutes long. And apart from current songs na nyimbo zake za kitambo, pia kulikuwa na covers zile alifanya, something pia that tuliongelea as far as publishing and releasing cover songs mtandaoni on hizi streaming platforms. So alifanya cover songs, alifanya some soft rock, alifanya a medley to be in particular during set ya kwanza. Set ya pili alienda into neo soul na some R&B classic songs. Kulikuwa think na disco soul somewhere there as well. Iwi vizuri sana, and this is what anafanyanga, anajuanga ku weave song after another. Even kwa set ya kwanza vile tu aliweza kuinfuse kwa set ya pili Brown Sugar, ali incorporate tatizo, it's all tatizo, ile ngoma ya kina Pam, kina Nyash, Waire, Doobies, hiyo lineup nzima ali incorporate. Sina noma naye alitumia as alikuwa na perform. I think ilikuwa so good, ilikuwa so good and it was so good. And vocal range yake, vocal ability yake, it's so beautiful to experience Lisa live na kumwatch akiimba in the way that ana carry the crowd, the way ana express emotions zake. It's such an experience, and this was just an affirmation of what Lisa anafanyanga na abilities zake, and the way anaweza pull pia a crowd, not only emotionally, but hiyo place ilikuwa packed in a way that sijaona before. Sijaenda all the Cheche sessions, but nimeenda several. and sijawahi na hiyo place ikiwa imejaa hivyo vile ilikuwa imejaa jana for session ya Lisa. And endeleeni kusupport wasanii hivi, tusha establish that kuna economic tribulations, so they need it and ni important sana. Pia Lisa alikuwa anaongelea experiences zake in Australia, kuona older people wenye wanamwambia when are you coming back, I'd love to come and play percussion na tu perform pamoja, or kuna an older couple wenye wana travel for 3 or 4 hours kuja kumuona akifanya show yake ya mwisho, because alikuwa na lineup of shows in Australia, na alikuwa na himiza pia watu wa pull other people as well, wa pull their friends, or pull their relatives, their uncles, their aunties, or pull their parents, their grandparents, wakuje pia for easy shows. I mentioned this during my review ya Maliza Roho Sessions, Cheche session, Travolina Kili Black last year, September, because madhaki alikuwa kwa audience and that was beautiful. Just here ku mention that my mom ako around, bro wake pia Frank ako around. Ilikuwa amazing sana kuiona as a reality. I've also been to a number of shows zile unasikia the performer akisema, oh, mzae wangu ako hapa, oh, madhangu, oh, my folks are here. I think Ivan as well at MJC. So inakwanga amazing sana kuona Mutoria definitely. Mutoria kwanza akifanya launch yake Dive In 2019 June at Club Sand, sijui kama ina exist pale side za Yaya. Mzee wake alikuwa in the audience and hata alimbring on stage na wamekuwa na relationship. Sero kwa EP yake Misimu, debut EP yake ya last year January, I believe, maybe on the 28th, could be wrong, my memory inakuanga kwa Misimu alificha budake, so ni amazing kuona na kutap into hiyo generation. And as I said, hivi ndivyo tunajaribu kuremedy dhambi za previous regimes, haswa Kenyatta na Moi, ikija kwa Sanaa na ile impact ile waliacha. So fanya role yako, ita wazae wako, ita wazae wao, ita your older relatives na vitu kama hivyo watokee, your older siblings wasikie wasanii, and the creative economy grow in its various ways. Iko na branches nyingi, iko na possibilities kibao, so you pull from different places inaweza saidia with the growth of the scene, but kuna a lot of systems yet to be established, kuna a lot of problems yet to be solved by establishing structures and ensuring that they are functional and that they are supporting the artists so that they can be able to thrive and support themselves and pursue their careers and create and grow and develop. So still kuna a lot of work, but doing what tunaweza fanya in terms of pulling crowd members tofauti itasaidia with small bits and pieces here and there, and then itakuwa incremental in terms of kusaidia kusolve hizi changamoto ambazo zipo. And tulikuwa na a session with this beautiful human being who turned 30 a few days ago, who is Lisa Oduor. Tulikuwa na mazungumzo naye as part of the intermission, or as the intermission as part of the show. Mafans walikuwa na maswali mengi ya kuuliza but ilikuwa an insightful conversation. Ili touch on so many things and I can't wait for you to listen to that conversation. Zinakwanga available on Cheche Pod on Spotify. sisi pia tuko na podcast ile unafaa kusikiza, na nitasisitiza hivyo kwa mara ingine. Check us out, utusikize. Asante sana. So Cheche pod ita come out after some time. The one that nili hold na Ali Boy iko available, so itafute uisikize. The one that I did with Michelle Gatwiku is also available, isikize. My resume, man, my resume maze iko na watu kona my body of work iko na watu, and just between May, actually this year, but nilikuwa naifikiria recently because nimekuwa nikifanya lots of interviews recently. Have conversations na wasanii kadhaa. May na June nimekuwa na interviews kadhaa. The ones that ziko available ni moja na Budhoni ni mimi, Irauka alistia hiyo conversation tukiongelea show yake Reflective Surface iliyofanyika in March. Then have a conversation na Rumbi which nimetaja earlier, apart from the live session that we had on Instagram on Friday. Earlier that Friday nilikuwa nimepublish our interview na yeye on hiyo EP yake June Reconstructed. And then hiyo wiki ya show ya Goofy na Mufasa on Saturday nilifanya another interview which I am currently transcribing. I should be done in a few days, then ni publish on the blog. So nimekuwa kwa hiyo state of mind. Hii wiki nafaa kufanya another interview as well with another artist. So that's why nimekuwa nikifeel May na June nimefanya interviews kibao, but June kumekuwa na number of them, and I am slowly returning to doing those interviews and publishing written interviews which I love. Kuna kadhaa on the blog. Kuna interviews I did in 2018 during time ya the Judgment Day battle rap event iliyofanyika Afro, what is the name of that club? Afro Club, Afro Sons, Afro, no, kuna na confuse Club Sons because kulikuwa na Club Sons na Afro Sky, ama ilikuwa Sky Club baadaye. So kulikuwa na a battle rap event huko, ili go down. It's one of my most analytical pieces that I've ever written. I have a number of those. Mimi unajua vile najifanyanga najua vitu, pretense to pseudo intellectualism. Nilikuwa na a review of that event. Calligraph mwenye amekuwa Blankets a couple of hours ago ndio alikuwa headliner kwa hiyo battle rap event, na ni alifunga show. So I reviewed the event, the battles, the performances. Romi, Kinatra walifanya cyphers, a cypher. Hii event ikihappen ilikuwa during a semi-final ya World Cup ama a quarter final. Ilikuwa, was it Croatia and Russia? So game ilikuwa ina play kwa screens as the event ilikuwa ina happen. Anyway, after the review of that event niliandika what would be termed as a term paper. Kuna your paragraphs za kujustify what you're about to undertake, and then when I segment into pieces, unasema hapa nitaongelea battle rap na boundaries zake, hapa nitaongelea women in and battle rap, hapa nitaongelea 1183 versus Chuo Records cause Kafu na Shahidi, and hizo themes zili come up. So kulikuwa na hizo segments that nili break down in, but ilikuwa fun sana, and kuisoma ilikuwa nili approach academically. I was I done with school then? I think so. If not, maybe niko na a few weeks to be done, but niko kwa hiyo state of mind ya shule na academia na kuandika papers na kufanya exams, so ilijitokeza, but pia nilifanya consciously kusema acha nikae na ifanye ni kama unaandika a journal article on this event na una break down certain aspects of it. And who even remembered, ilikuwa daunting, yes, also one of the most daunting pieces nishaiandika. And daunting kwa sababu have remembered, so after kufikiria naweza approach kitu academically, again mujichocha, kile niliamua kufanya ni I decided to ask people questions and infuse my perspectives and my thoughts with theirs. So nilikuwa nimeuliza watukaa kinde, mwanza watukaa kinde maswali or even more, sijui. And then I was using their sentiments kutie into the writing. That kind of writing ukua time consuming. Nikaa pisi yangu ya Romi Swahili on fungu la kumi, which nilipublish beginning of 2020. Na tulikuwa tumei have in 2019, so ilikaa for a year, sikuwa naiwakia ati for a year. So kuna a recorded interview, an audio clip, but the way that ina flow si vile utaiandika, cause how we transcribe as the ones that I'll be doing as I'm interviewing artists more in this coming months. So unasikiza the entire thing. I remember nikisikiza hizo audios before niingie bed, before nilale, and unasikia, and then an idea hits you, unajiambia nitaanzia hii conversation hapa, and hiyo maybe ni the last segment of your conversation or the 1 hour mark into your conversation, unajiambia this statement and this idea is what I'll start this with. And so that's how you're piecing it together on top of your framework ya vile una approach this piece of writing, your methodology. Unajiambia I'll start by talking about this, and then taongelea Romi being a writer, and then taongelea fungu la kumi in this way. So unaistructure, unatafuta your methodology, and as you're doing that, because ina happen concurrently, unajua hii piece of this bit of this conversation itakuwa befitting ikija mwisho, itakuwa befitting ikija somewhere katikati. This can tie into this part where I can talk about writing in general and yeye being a storyteller and the lyrics of him chilling kwa sunset akisikiza sundowner, ita make sense hapa. Tunaweza anza na a brief description of how this came about. Hivo ni time consuming you see linear. So in the same way for the battle rap analytical approach na writing, nilikuwa najua nita discuss some aspects and then nikafikiria kuuliza watu maswali, so kujua kwa this part, this segment of this conversation, napenda response ya huyu msee ntai bring in hapo. Kwa hii segment napenda response ya mse flani, mse flani, mse flani. Okay, naweza zifuse in this way. Kama ni ku direct quote, kama ni ku paraphrase, kama ni ku share what the basis of the idea is and the meat of the idea, and finding ways of tying everything together. Ilikuwa one of the most daunting pieces nimeandika, one of the most analytical, but nilipenda the result. I even mentioned it a few months back nikisema that is one piece nilikuwa naongelesha Babu nikimwambia that is one piece that utaenjoy because of how niliandika na how nili approach. Maybe tulikuwa tunaongelea, was it women in hip hop and their portrayal, maybe juu kuna point nilikuwa naongelea women in and battle rap, so hapo nikaongelea pia boundaries or lack thereof za battle rap. At the moment kulikuwa na story ya the context ilikuwa battle ya Harry Lee na Kenyan Alpha, and how Harry Lee alikuwa anatumia symbols na images na lyrics za motherhood na kuhusu mother ya Kenyan Alpha. So hiyo ilikuwa discourse, and the judge Mwafrika akipeana sentiments zake alikuwa anasema, unajua huku ni Africa, we don't do it like that, we don't talk about our mothers that way, which renege sentiments zake baadaye when aliget to understand contemporary na the current format of battle rap, aliget deeper into it baadaye. So there is that, ni kama vile aliswitch order ya the performers who was supposed to be performing. So kwa battle ya Ojiji, rather Kafu na Shahidi ndiye alianza and then Kafu. So the order is maintained until battle iishe, huchanging the order in between. So in the old school way, it used to be the judges wanaweza sema, oh, so mmefika hii round, tuna feel maybe tuende for a fourth round which will decide, maybe the fans pia wana clamor for the same, then the judges wataambia the host or the MC, tumedecide this and this, hata nani aanze, mse amemaliza. So that used to happen in the old format of battle rap, but kwa hii format mpya where mme pre-write for your opponents na mmerehearse na unajua mse una face, ni different. Vile inaanza ndivyo itaenda na itakuwa maintained. So Mwaf pia hakukuwa aware na hakuwa cognizant of this format of battling. So Shahidi alianza, Kafu went, Shahidi again, and then Kafu round 2, and Kafu akachoke round 2, akaanza ku trail off. So after malize for some reason Mwaf akasema hii round ya mwisho acha Kafu aanze then Shahidi amalizie. So ika throw Kafu off even further na hakuwa able kumaliza verse yake na akachoke, na hivyo ndivyo hiyo battle iliishia. So hizi ni angles nili bring in kwa hiyo analysis ile nilifanya with hiyo Chuo Records versus 1183, kuongea na kina Romy Trabuli mwenye nimetaja, and finally alinipatia interview, alifind African kukuwa worthy years later. In 2018, during that time, I sought Trabuli out for an interview. Trabuli akadinda akasema, Zimonzi, I'm all about the good vibes, positivity, not here for the fussing and fighting. So akasema Romy came through cause nilikuwa na interview watu wa 1183 na kusikia their perspectives kuhusu hiyo conflict, then pia kuongea na watu wa Chuo Rex kusikia their side of the story. So Chuo Records ilikuwa Kafu na Magode, Kafu who was performing and Magode who was part of the event. 1183 Romy Tra, so hao ni outsiders wenye walikuwa but hawakuwa na battle na Tra kakataa. Did I get Kina? I don't think I didn't. No, I didn't. So Romy and Genetic. And Genetic ni mtu kuanga elusive sana. But, African ni nani? African uko on calls na Genetic. for hours na Genetics. So akai make possible, na I don't think kuna a published interview elsewhere ya Genetica CEO yenye on the blog in 2018, na nikianza hizi conversations, this is 2018, this is a few months before nifungue blog Sanaa kwa Sana. Nikifanya hizo interviews, I published them on Facebook as Facebook notes, but got Genetic, got Romy, got Magode, got Kafu, akaongelea pia the entire battle na yeye kuchoke na Mwafrika kumthrow off, got her really kusema vile hii ni battle rap, hakuna boundaries, anything goes, got Mwafrika. I was looking for ecstatic, alikuwa judge, siku get ecstatic. I was looking for MC Sharon. Did I get I didn't get either. So nikitafuta MC Sharon because I think aliperform, nilikuwa natafuta viewpoints zake kuhusu women in and women and battle rap. So let's see, Romy, Genetic, Kafu, Magode, Harili, there's a 5, Shahidi, Mwafrika. Niko na an interview na Mwafrika. Niko na an interview na Mwaf published on the blog, believe it or not. Enye mi ni OG. Sikupata VIC. I was looking for VIC who was the other judge. So judges walikuwa Mwaf X na VIC Walanguze. VIC niko na interview, sikuget VIC. Niliget Dofan, niliget Ian, niliget Ondu who was the organizer. Those are 10. Niliget Nyangi, niliget Shiro. Hawa ni fans wa battle rap and hip hop but female. So kusikia pia their perspectives ilikuwa imperative. Hey, yo, I went out of my way. Sent messages, made calls, sent questions, went out of my way to make that possible. And these interviews ziko available on the blog. They are available, and pia the analytical piece that I'm talking about is also available. Skim my small wisdom here and there. But this sort of train of thought niku trace reviewing, niku trace history, niku trace vitu kukuja full circle, and interviewing people and having easy interviews available publicly. Talking to Jumadi in 2019 and publishing one of the best interviews you'll ever come across on the blog. Talking to Deeper Connection, at the time Bogi Connection, when walikuwa wanaanza kukua crew 2019 still. Kuna 3 pieces on them on the blog. Kuna a feature that was promoting their forthcoming show, and then kuna an interview. So this feature came from the interview. So this feature ilitake you format nasema you have a recorded interview, and then sasa una piece together a writing, ile si a direct transcription. So that was the feature, and then ilikuwa kupromote the show, ile ilikuwa inakuja. Following that, I shared the interview vile ilikuwa as a transcript, as a transcription, and then now the review of the show. So kuna 3 pieces on Mbogi Connection on the blog. If you've never read them, please nimesema mini OG, I have put in the work, zina exist. So Jumadi, Deeper Connection, all those interviews ile nime mention from battle rap na hip hop. Then Fungu la Kumi ya Romy, which will take a different format. So that has happened kwa the blog. And then the channel starts and tunafanya our videos by ourselves. February of 2022 comes, and of course I shared this last week nikisema how finally I am a published author kwa a national newspaper courtesy of plagiarism. Nilisema that I was looking at my notebook, kuna ideas that nilikuwa nimeandika in 2016 za where the blog was supposed to go, where the website was supposed to go, what this was supposed to be, na kuona that kuna some things that zime happen, and specifically ilikuwa ina come from me kusema that finally we have a podcast. something that I've wanted to do since 2016-17. Finally may happen. At the time, kulikuwa na thought of, I think, at the Effects podcast. I even mentioned having Anchor on my phone. Nilikuwa one of those early people kukuwa na Anchor kwa simu. But ku flip through those pages kwa my notebook na kuangalia ideas that I had, sketching thoughts here and there, ideas za majina, setup, what will be the approach. And then for Sanaa kwa Sana, nilikuwa na entire list of people I'd love to interview. Some of them I have, a majority I am yet to. One of them kwa hiyo list who I wanted to talk to, this is 2016, is Bua. One of them is Bua. Jina lake liko kwa hiyo list ya people I wanted to interview. So kuona those things coming to fruition ndio ilifanya nitoe hicho kitabu na niseme, oh, here we are having a podcast finally all these years later, but ime happen. Na nikasema hata kama tunawapea episode moja, mi nimefanya what I wanted to do. I've actualized, which I am proud of. I actualized. And things in come full circle. So Jan 2022 on 8th, after having a convo na Lisa kuniambia na release an album ilitoka tukai-review. And hiyo mwezi that the album came out, we hung out na Trouble nikiwa na Irauka, and I pulled out my phone, nilikuwa na my equipment pulled out my tripod, pulled out my phone, tukaongelea All Roads Lead Home, and that idea ilini hit, I think a day before tushie kulink na Trouble, and nikashare the idea na yeye akasema ako game a day or two. The idea ilini hit, nikashare the idea, na when tulipatana naye mtaa after kuchill kuhang out, kasema you can actually record this conversation, and tukairecord in bits and pieces, kustruggle memory. Sikuwa na memcard at the time, memory ya simu ndo unatumia, una record I think mna record and una have kusimama kwenda kucheck imebaki dakika ngapi, mnamaliza unasema acha ni confirm, unacheki iko na few seconds zimebaki, unasema acha tumalize, unaitransfer kwa machine ya Trouble, una clear space, tunaendelea tena, let's continue. And ilifika time ya editing, nikafikiria will I piece this together as one lengthy thing ama nifanyaje? Nikasema acha exist in the way that tulikuwa tunaifanya, and it even made actual sense kuifanya hivyo, na ilikaa better kuifanya hivyo than vile nilikuwa naipicture nikisema, oh, eka hizi pieces together stitch. Nikasema the way that ilikuwa ina happen, tuna record a part, tuna pause, tuna transfer a file. In the meantime, conversations are happening, and then once that is done, you have to remember where you are and you pick from that and you continue, and then check imefika wapi, iko almost kuisha, tumalize, aya finish, let's transfer that one, tuitransfer, tuendelee next file, to record the next part of the conversation, tuendelee, tucheki, sawa, tunamaliza, sawa, let's finish this convo. Finally, you finish recording, unaistop, una transfer, and then hiyo process ya afterwards sa kutransfer zote ndio nichukue the folders. That was how we recorded that conversation na Trouble in Feb of 2022 mtaa yake. A spontaneous idea. Sikukaa kufikiria ntafute msee wa menje akuje sijui atu record, tukawa tuna hang out na Tra. Mi nilifikiria tunaishia kuchill na Tra, imekuwa long since tutulie pamoja, unafilaje tukihave a conversation on All Roads Lead Home, which ili kuja at the backdrop of me kutaka kufanya anniversary conversation. So hiyo pia ni idea ingine that imekuwa for some time and ina happen na finally ina exist, na Trouble aka open aka asha this process and this reality, na ilianza spontaneously, then it took us a number of months before the next one, which was Romy, na ilikuwa perfect. Romy, people from the same crew, beautiful. 1183, Raw Trouble, watu wenye I have come to be close with and have phone calls with since 2015, and we've built relationships. So ili make sense sana that now in October Romy would have been the next person, na hiyo pia ilikuwa tu a matter of things align in between, kufanya reviews, then kufikiria kutafuta venue, where do we get a venue, what are the finances looking like, resources zinatoka wapi, kuiorganize. And hiyo pia nilifikiria tu hiyo maybe late September nikiwa on call na Romy, nilikuwa na idea ya knowledge na mashairi itakuwa ina turn 7. So nilikuwa nafikiria should I write something about it, kajiambia what if we actually have a sit down na Romy. So time nilikuwa on call line nikamwambia niko na hiyo idea, naonaje? Akasema sawa, aka agree. And so mi ilikuwa ni deal na logistics which is another story altogether, and then you get back to yeye na tupange how this thing ita work, na ili bloom amazingly, and akakuwa the first official anniversary conversation. And after that, so 2 in 2022, in December, during a special Cheche session, I interviewed Michelle, mwenye pia ni msanii ana studio works, live performance. I think Sarah is also another one. And then a month after interview Michelle, sat down na yeye again for anniversary ya Sky Up Above, ilikuwa na turn 2. After that, LC Wameo, first anniversary of Nilotic. After that, Unganisha, first anniversary. And kuna hiyo yenye nimesema na transcribe, hiyo pia ni another anniversary coming through. Mi yenyewe tusidanganyane. Truth be told, I am the best. Si ati nini ama nini. Si ati. You heard? Si ati nini ama nini. But it's been beautiful. So after kuongea na Lisa na feel I love this conversation, I'd want to have this conversation on record with you. I think I even mentioned it to her that maybe when the album is out, tunaweza panga something, tuongelee the project, which haiku happen. In Feb, ili turn 1, I made a post about it. And nilikuwa nafikiria kumtafuta for the anniversary, but time ilipita. We were also dealing na kuplan anniversary zingine and restructure stories, looking for a place to record and figuring out hizi logistics once again, restructure Sanaa kwa Sanaa. Nikafeel acha niachane nayo. And time when niliona hiyo, nilikuwa aware that kutakuwa na session ya Liboy na Lisa, jokingly said that ningependa sana kufanya hizo interviews za Liboy na Lisa. Liboy, we go way back. We go way back na Liboy. As far back as 2015. And I've wanted to also just talk na Liboy tukae tuongee kuhusu music na journey yake, which pia kama tutafanya state of being an anniversary conversation, we'll delve further into that. And then for Lisa ilikuwa huo msingi wa tulikuwa tumezungumza naye before the album itoke, a month before. The album came out on February 9th. So literally a month. Hiyo show ilikuwa on 8th before the album itoke. So huo msingi wa having that conversation, fun conversation na kuhusu other things as well, and kuhusu fans wake kumutisha project, and then ikatoka, then tukai review, and then I've loved the project, loved the songs. Lisa ni msanii nimependa kazi yake sana. So when I knew it's Liboy and Lisa, kasema I'd love to do those two. And it has happened. Nili-interview Liboy, hiyo special edition, na nime-interview Lisa jana. Michelle, Elsie, Nganisha, Liboy, Rumbi, Lisa, Mudhoni, then kuna this other that I've done, and kuna another one. Crazy. Naongelea huu mwaka, siongelei Tra na Romi hata. They are fun to do. I love having those conversations. And ilikuwa beautiful sana kuko in that moment ya Lisa amerudi from Australia after a show. Imekuwa birthday week yake, turn 30, this transitional moment. Amekuja na perform kwa an intimate show. Amesema amemiss kuperform home, amemiss watu, it's been a while. Kuko na hiyo show in April at Blankets. It's different, dynamics ni tofauti, it's a concert, it's bigger, it's a festival. And then anakuja na anakuwa na an intimate show, and kumuona in this very moment ya hizi factors zote, na kukuwa mwenye pia anafanya mahojiano na mazungumzo naye, ilikuwa beautiful sana. And the show pia ilikuwa an experience because huyu ni msanii mwenye skill level yake ni undeniable. Had a time of my life, and I'm glad that I have an interview na Lisa. Maybe later next year or whenever tunaweza fanya hizo anniversary conversations, cause ni an ongoing thing. Si ati ni vitu zina stop. Projects are turning older. Si ati zinaacha ku turn older. There are so many artists to talk to, and I'd love to have hizo conversations whenever they shall happen. In the meantime, hata kama hazita happen, just sharing that this project turns 7, this one turns 2, Ina turn 1, this one turns 4, 5. No one is doing that. No one is doing that. And hiyo ni historicizing hizi projects and documenting hii history na pia kuzipatia context. So ukisoma hizo blog posts ziko na a lot of context to them, what was happening, how the music ina sound, what the music is about, and then kuna a snippet of a review, and unaweza sikia sentiments zetu and what we were saying. So kuna context kibao sana. And one thing that Sanaa kwa sana imekuwa able kufanya, the YouTube channel and the blog, and mi kuanza kuandika reviews on Facebook, ni kupeana context which ni significant. And so ukiangalianga history naona vile arts and cultures imekuwa documented, hiyo context inakuanga important sana, cause ukisikia from the people of the time and vile wali experience, kupeana so much information na unapata muktadha halisi ya kile kilikuwa kinatendeka na jinsi kilikuwa kinatendeka na mbona ilikuwa inatendeka katika njia na namna fulani. So hizi ni vitu important sana ku tell na ku capture na ku document hizi anniversaries, hizi projects, and the fact that we've reviewed most of them because yes, did the right thing. And even the person I mentioned earlier who told me that amewatch our Oduor-Noah review told me something that also Rumbi alimention, which nili bring up kwa our conversation because Rumbi alitugundua kupitia a review ya Traboli ya Sadfa. And then huyu diehard wa Lisa mwenye ameenda show zake zote anaitwa Andrew, prop sana Andrew, big up sana, mwenye ako part of these 50 views on this review. If you are not part of those 50, ebu changamka. Nilimuuliza aliwatchaje na ali come across your review aje. Muko curious kujua what's the entry point ya watu ikija kwa sana, na alikuwa anasema ilikuwa hiyo harakati ya kutafuta Oduor-Noah and akatupata, so there was there was that. Then pia akantajia aliona review yangu ya Sanaa na niambia Sanaa ni one of faves wake, so alikuwa mwana hiyo ya Sanaa, so akajaribu kukumbuka if alikuwa anatafuta something to do with Lisa then akakama across the review, or if because alikuwa amechekia ya Sanaa alireturn baadaye or something along hizo lines kuona ya Lisa, sijui kama alisubscribe then akacheki notification. But alikuwa mwana pia my review ya Nabu debut project, debut EP ya Sanaa ya last year, ile kina Irauka walisema wa review, so nika review peke yangu that one, as well as Upset the Setup debut EP ya Brandy Minor, as well as Naiboys Otero. I reviewed those projects alone in 2021 and they are available. So alikuwa amechiki review pia ya Sanaa as well, which whenever you see numbers on hizi videos hauwezi jua who has watched, so unachiki tu is just a number. Then most of the times mukuwa skeptical as to whether people have watched the entire video, so mu assume msaliana tu a segment of it akaachana nayo. Though najua kuna watu wachache wenye huonanga hizi video zote, na pia najua kuna silent viewers because most of us si ati we comment on everything that we watch as well. Pia sisi kwa other content creators we are the silent viewers, so najua kuna silent viewers. So sijapata mtu mwenye ameniambia ameona awali sa Oduor-Noah review up until Andrew ali mention during the interview. Alisema yes, I watched it, ilikuwa surprising na humbling na an honor. Then kusikia mtu pia mwenye ameona review yangu ya Sanaa ya hiyo project, hiyo pia ilikuwa surprising sana. Sasa sijui I think kona 2021, let's see kama niko accurate. 21 so nilikuwa namwambia asante for being part of the 20 people who watched this review. Yeah, the first result naona ni 81 views, niko zazi kwa mimi. It can't be 81 since when? 27 not 21, 27, so niko 6 views off, but niko hiyo range, so 27 people. It's a 14-minute video, Sanaa itande so wezangi jua watu wenye wamewatch, so the numbers will just be, itakuwa tu a number, a digit, a figure, and then wewe ujijazie kama mtu aliwatch yote. Unaweza angalia how the video ina perform and its retention and hizo analytics, but huwezi jua nani aliwatch, vile walifeel, sentiments zao. So inakwanga amazing sana kusikia watu wenye wamecheki. Nika how we met with people during Goethe's reopening in February. Waktuambia waliwatch our Chris Kaiga review ya debut ya Chris Kaiga, and we did them, I think ilikuwa the same night tukifanya Lisa, Lis- Lisa, Sero, Misimu, Chris, MC Sharon, The Last Will and Testament, and maybe one more. If not, kakuna any one more project that will review, tulifanya reaction videos mbili. Tulifanya Hennessy Cypher na tukafanya Sifu Bwana. Hey, my memory. What? Inanishtua. But it's So, that was the Cheche session. Ile imetoka kutendeka. Happens monthly. I've been to a number of those ones. Tafadhali pitia pale mtandao. Cheche _ sessions on Insta, Cheche live sessions on Facebook. I believe ni Cheche live or Cheche sessions on Twitter. Then Cheche sessions on YouTube. Utapata a lot of information and you can learn a whole lot more kuhusu hizi sessions zile wanakuwa nazo. So kuna El Safa Njora on 16th of July, which is a special edition, then happening in mid-month. And then kuna Zaituni on August 6th, and then in September on 17th, a special edition. Kuna Njerae, itakuwa anniversary ya album yake which tumereview, of course. Tulireview na Roger. So nam, that was it. As nilisema hapo awali, this is our 104th Sunday session. Asante sana for making them what they've been. Asante for joining these sessions since zianzie IG, if you are that person who was there then. To the Robies, to the Rogers, to the K9s, to the Babus, to the Hazels, to the Abes, hao wenye walikuwa hizo sessions, and wengine pia ninao wasahau, to the Iraukas, to building this space, to the Vivas, of course Viva, definitely. To building this space to what it has become since that time, kuona its transformation during hizo sessions, kuzifanya times tofauti, kwanza 7 pm, 8 pm, 7 kwenda 10 pm, 9 pm, kwenda 11, kujaribu midnight, kufanya 1 am, 2 am, oh, to the Ivias, to the Kakushas, kukuwa na watu hapa hizo wee hours, kukuwa na different people during different times. Imekuwa jani amazing sana kuona its different life forms. Hii organism imeexist in different ways, imemorph, imekuwa vitu tofauti, and all this history ina exist. When you talk about Kenyan arts and culture, kuna an obvious name that ukilenga tutakuangalia na a side eye. Najua based on the content creators you watch, you've thought about someone, and I've mentioned a side eye. And the way they phrase it. And I'm only mentioning this because earlier yesterday, kuna 2 people who mentioned them to me. kuona what hizi Sunday sessions zimekuwa, what zimebecome, how zimeexist, what tumeongelea, the hours. Nimesema I should count nione hizo hours zimekuwa ngapi that tumefanya hizi Sunday sessions for, and that nimekaa hapa kufanya hizi Sunday sessions for 104 weeks. Or rather, yes, damn, more than 4 weeks, 104 sessions. Building a community, forming relationships, watu wamebond, watu wamejuana through hizi platforms, people have made banter, people have gone on dates through me. Yo, you owe me. You owe Sanaa kwa sana, and you owe African. Because hiyo side ingine pia, nikisema I'm the best sikuchocha. I have really, mimi nimeplay my part in helping humanity. I have definitely played my role. Nawezi make an argument against me and against that. I've done my part. Beyond my part, as a matter of fact. Last year tulikuwa hapa tukicelebrate 2 years of Sanaa kwa Sana being on YouTube, and tuko July, it's almost August, it's almost 3 years of Sanaa kwa Sana being on YouTube. Unbelievable. Hii channel iko na videos milioni moja, zile ni Africana, Irauka would tell you. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. Started spontaneously kuongelea a video ya Lupe Fiasco that nilikuwa nimecheki, and nikakuja hapa nikaanza kuongelea hip hop na vocabulary in hip hop and Kenyan hip hop, and Robbie came through, and that kickstarted what this has been. In the same spontaneous manner that Freestyle Friday started, in the same way that Sunday sessions zilianza, and both of them ziko na alliteration, and they've kept going, and imeenda and imeenda and imeenda and imeenda na imeenda na imeenda kila wiki without fail. Here we are 104 weeks later. Kuna a lot that tumeongelea, kuna so much that we've talked about, kuna so much that we've shared, kuna a strong and important community that tumebuild. And leo pia tumeongeza watu kadhaa. Niliongelea how desperate we are as Sanaa kwa Sana kupata numbers. So for wale wenye ni follow on Instagram and the one subscriber who went to YouTube, asante sana for heeding and hearing a cry, a desperate plea. It goes deep, it runs deep. So kwa kusikia hicho kilio, asante sana. Unasikia naibiwa kazi huko nje, people just plagiarizing my work because sijulikani. So at least hizi numbers zikienda juu, you can help me and people won't be able to steal my work because I am unknown. And hizo zimekuwa Sunday sessions. You may have guests. Imekuwa beautiful sana. Sana, sana, sana. Shukran for being part of Sunday sessions in whatever way that umekuwa part of hizi Sunday sessions. Asante kwa sana for that and for being here, being part of his safari, being part of his community. A beautiful one, a beautiful community. Kuna something that nafikiria sijui kama itakuwa possible. I'll just run it by the team tujue, if not pia ni sawa, si big deal. But we shall see. For now tu ni asante. Unaona ka saini 230. Saini 230. If you actually think about it, this is absurd. Why would you be live on YouTube at 2 a.m.? Why the hell would you be live on YouTube at 2 a.m.? Why the hell would you be doing a live at 3 or 4 a.m.? Ah. Wiki moja na nne. And pia kumekuwa na wiki moja na nne za freestyle Friday zikihappen concurrently. I rest my case at saying that I'm the best. Kumaliza this session. Shukran sana. If you are watching this or listening to this for the sect of people wenye husikiza these sessions kama podcasts, and meblesiwa, kuna hizi Sunday sessions uchukua ka podcast sessions, you can listen to them bila kuwa na kile anafanya, bila kuwa na my face, but kuna other people who for them they are here for the sake of face and my hair. We said this a while ago to establish a judgment free zone. Whatever brings you here brings you here. Ni sawa. Do you? Ningependa sana kama unasikiza, kama unatizama, unijulishe sentiments zako kuhusu Sunday sessions and what ina mean kwako, ile space that imeoccupy kwa reality yako, kwa existence yako, the way umeinteract nayo, anything, kama ni kuhusu the community, kama ni kuhusu particular sessions, particular things that you remember. I even asked this during our 100th session, and I also ask this again wiki ijayo, but share. Ningependa sana kusikia toka kwako, so feel free to express in whatever way utai express. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can do that. If you want to throng the comment section, which pia itakuwa amazing for the algorithm and for the people who are finding out about us 2 years later of doing this. It's insane to even say that I've done this for 2 years each week. How? So you can throng the comment section for the sake of those people and for the YouTube algorithms. You express in whichever ways, sema kile utasema, nitashukuru sana. Asante. Kumalizia, Ijumaa tulimpoteza Profesa Mishere Mugo, miaka 80, ni mwandishi, ni playwright, ni malenga, ni an activist. During session ya Lisa, as a matter of fact, niliongelea, and I've even mentioned it here, what tunaweza fanya ku undo ile damage ya regime ya Kenyatta na Moi. I mentioned that sentiment. Tukiongelea hii idea ya hii concept ya bringing older people kwa concerts and tagging them along. Mishere Mugo is one of the people on your face wrath ya gava. Ikabaki ameenda exile Zim. And ukiangalia, sijui kama imechenjiwa, but Wikipedia yake inaridia ni Mzimbabwe. Ngugi is also another one mwenye facing exile naye, and walikuwa comrades, and they have a book together. Ningependa kujua what Ngugi has said actually about Mishere, now that I think about it. Ningependa kujua what Ngugi has said. Ngugi, people have been saying that he ameachwa peke yake, kwa lonely, ametokwa. And in what year was that? Was it 2016 or 7? When the Kenyan National Theatre was being reopened after a period of being closed na being refurbished, Mishere na Ngugi ndio waliopen. I think ni 20, let's see, is it 16? Because Ngugi alipeana a talk at Taifa Hall hiyo time. Mimi kama literature student tulikuwa in some way involved and part of that. Kasi 2016. I think maybe 2016. Then yes, I actually also watched Marjorie mwenye alipass a few years ago also give a speech and a talk to us, to literature students at UN. Inasaidianga sana sana. Inakwanga very cool. So Marjorie nilimuona a few years before Dedi. Ngugi alipenda talk yake. I remember people asking kuhusu revolution and activism. So I think at the same time, but I could be mistaken, vile alikuwa ndio pia wali open KNT, and ukijua history ya Ngugi na plays na Kamirithu and the space that walikuwa wame open hizo maeneo ku showcase plays, and where I will marry when I want, I will marry ngiheka, what's the ngiheka nda, nimesahau the translation. Ngiheka nimesahau. I'll marry when I want. If you know, itype. Iyo play tutorial, what was it called? Detained, kitabu chake na writings zake. Detained, story yake kwa jela. So hao ni comrades wenye wameface wrath ya serikali, wameface wrath ya exile, and hiyo reality ya exile. And see, I look for what Ngugi has actually said on Mishere, now that I think about it. Or maybe an pen tribute yake. And they've done tremendous work for Kenyan literature and literature at large, and pia for history of this country, na revolutionary works, na activist works. They've done kazi kibao sana. So Mishere aliaga (1942 to 2023). Bado Wikipedia inaread Zimbabwe, and I think alikuwa na citizenship as a matter of fact. So I wanted to, imekuwa long time nifanyia 2-hour session apart from the one that I did with Babu. Second year tuliencounter Mishere Mugo back in school. Yes, hata kama na sound ingine kama mtu sijasoma, nilisoma, nilijaribu my best pale department ya literature, ungenipata huko. Second year tulikuwa na a unit katika literature, katika fasihi, iliyoitwa Kenyan Drama and Poetry. That was That was CLT 202. Elisa niambia, may your wisdom continue to permeate this industry. Kind words, kind words. CLT 202, Kenyan drama and poetry, na hii ilifunzwa na amazing great professor called Chesaina, Prof Chesaina. Ndio alitufunza a couple of several courses, several units in school, and this was one of them. As a matter of fact, ilikuwa ya kwanza ile tulikuwa tuna interact naye tukiwa campus, and this was second year. So our primary list ya readings, the first one ilikuwa The Trial of Dedan Kimathi ya Ngugi wa Thiong'o and Mishere Mugo, a play that you should read if you haven't yet. And then kulikuwa na Man of Kafira ya Francis Mbuga, kulikuwa na Aminata. And then for poetry kulikuwa na Oludhe Macgoy. Sikuwa namuona jina yake hapa nikiangalia huu kurasa alia na nimemention. Also tuli meet Jennifer Nansubuga wa Chintu. Yes. Cool person sana sana. And then Mishere Mugo, Daughter of My People, Sing. And kulikuwa na selected poems hapo, and then kulikuwa na a secondary list. So as you can see, Mishere Mugo pia na play, so that's a drama, and then pia kuna poetry hapo. So nilikuwa nataka nisome shairi la Mishere tukimaliza. This is our reading of today. And then pia I'll read something else after to conclude this. I'd also love to hear from from Cheche. Let's see. Ako 5 years younger than Mugo, because Chesaina ni wa 42. Yes, so this is Sina, Daughter of My People, Sing. This is another piece, another poem ya Mishere. Inaitwa We Will Rise and Build a Nation. In defiance of neocolonial dictators, reminding them that even the darkest of nights breaks into daylight and that their days are truly numbered. At independence, we garlanded our leaders with embracing hearts. Hearts whose unbending veins had survived the burning heat of colonialism and the blazing hell of dehumanization. At independence, we celebrated our leaders with earnest minds, minds whose flaming imagination had withstood scalding years of psychological warfare, emerging whole but with telling scars. At independence, we embraced our leaders with trusting hearts. Hearts they soon shredded, flinging the tatters to the winds of betrayal, auctioneering our faith in the cutthroat markets of transnational business. At independence, we craftily wove together the frayed hanging threads of our fringe existence, making a monumental cloth, out of which we designed our national liberation flag. At independence, colonial collaborators snatched our national liberation flag, hijacking our independence with cunning, serpentine imposture, twisting it into a rope with which they strangulated our hopes, leaving us under neocolonial barrenness. Under neocolonialism, Anti-nationalists have mutilated our national identity, massacred our national symbols, and buried them under the primitive arithmetic of ethnic subtraction and division. Under neocolonialism, our bodies are consumed with keeping perpetual wakes through nights of iconopolitical funerals. Our nerves are wrenched by persisting, rending screams from abused human rights victims. Under neocolonialism, our dignity is scattered like chaff across the nothingness of peripheral survival. Our minds are terrorized with living horrors, even as Moroto, Wagala, and Burnt Forest shoot poisoned ethnic cleansing arrows through the shields of justice and liberty. But we refuse to leave our anger scattered on the wasteland of our enemies' plunder. We swirl with the sweeping fury of a dust storm. We exhume the graveyards of our collective conscience, leveling the tombs of our destroyed nationhood, our assaulted peoplehood. We swirl with the sweeping fury of a dust storm, turning the graves inside out, molding from the remains new women, new men, new youth. Tomorrow we will rise with the sweeping fury of a dust storm, creating a new nation, ready to extinguish the hellfire of dictatorship. We will blast the iron bars behind which our children lie captive. We will convert Kamiti prison into a people's park, into our children's playing field. We will fly home, exiled matriots, banished patriots, landing them home on a newly built Mekatilili airport. We will plow the barren fields of our ravished national economy, producing a surplus of our full growth and human potential. We will rise and build a nation, molding from the pieces of an oppressive history an unassailable monument, grafted with justice for all, enshrined with limitless hope. Hiyo ni We Will Rise and Build a Nation by Imma Sheri Mugo. Hata nione kama naweza pata Daughter of My People sing. Is anyone here? If you are, please let me know. Naona watu wawili hapa but sijui kama wamelala. Let me know. Hebu jitokeze. Yeah, najua it's a book but Daughter of My People sing. My mother's poem. Haya, tumalizane. Shukran to the third person who's joined and liked the video. Asante sana. Asante sana. Three people here, and I'm also operating on 3 hours of sleep. Bado niko rada. And I still have something to work on. It's 2:50 tumalize. Shukran for joining. Tunasoma. This is our reading before imalize. So this is from Chesaina, Prof. Chesaina. Titled, Tumishare, my sister and friend. You asked us to sing, daughter of our people. You asked us to dance, daughter of our people. You sounded the tune, daughter of our people. You glided the steps, daughter of our people. You resisted thunders, daughter of our people. You resisted tongue lashing, daughter of our people. You resisted blight, daughter of our people. You resisted despair, daughter of our people. You radiated beauty, daughter of our people. You radiated sisterhood, daughter of our people. You radiated brotherhood, daughter of our people. You radiated motherhood, daughter of our people. You radiated nationhood, daughter of our people. You radiated diasporahood, daughter of our people. You radiated globehood, daughter of our people. You radiated our strength, daughter of our people. You radiated our light, daughter of our people. You radiated our melody, daughter of our people. You radiated our peace, daughter of our people. You asked us to sing, daughter of our people. You asked us to dance, daughter of our people. You sounded the tune, daughter of our people. You glided the steps, daughter of our people. We sang and we sing, daughter of our people. That is from Daughter of My People Sing ya Mishere Mugo. This is by Shiarunji Chesaina, a professor alinifunza in second year and fourth year. Yeah. uh, for some reason ilikuwa niseme, is this person who's joined us Nyanchama? And indeed ni yes, that was from my file. Hizi tabia za kukeep memories na kukeep vitu nilianza kitambo. So this is, as I said, CLT 202, Kenyan Drama and Poetry. Let me hold this up as evidence that I went to school. In case in future you'll be doubting me, pull the records for them, tafadhali. There you go. There you go. Kenyan Drama and Poetry, Prof. Chesaina. And you can pause the video, confirm. Nilikazana kupitia shule, so yes. That's that. And that marks the end of this session. Shukran, Irauka bado alikuwa hapa, alikuwa rada. Shukran sana my brother. Shukran pia Nyanchama. Shukran pia to Sheri, Ma Sheri. Shukran for joining after a long time. Nyanchama says this daughter is something serious. And yes, that is my file ya shule. Nachikiza pepa zote. Articles, write-ups, decolonizing the mind. In Decolonizing the Mind, The Politics of Language, Ngugi wa Thiong'o addresses the use of European languages in African literature and what implication that carries. Well. Second, Ngugi places Africa and Europe at very antagonistic / opposing sides or positions. Hmm. What this does is it therefore makes his argument a race argument and war, pitching Africans versus Europeans. Moving from a contention about language in literary discourse, Ngugi is engaging in a political and power contest, which makes his essay a political essay. Aish, wewe, ai, scholar. Mm, 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 mm. Manze, hey. Ah, kumbe, kumbe nilikuwa intellectual. kumbe, kumbe, ah, nostalgia, nostalgia. African literature has since days of yore preoccupied itself with the revisionist ideology. What is termed as empire writing back? What this means is that African literature is responding to the colonial master who dominated them and occupied their land with an aim of informing them that the perceptions and truths they have held and spread of them are misplaced, false, and half the narrative. Therefore, revisiting what is known and accepted as African history. The underlying idea is that Africa is stating its place on the global understanding and platform using its own terms. Yeah, okay. 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 Mm. Mm. Kuna excerpt ya The Lion and the Jewel ya Wole Soyinka hapa, Battle to Break, Sonnet 18, James Baldwin, The Amen Corner. I'm just reading these things just so in case mweze kunishuku that sikusoma at some point mjue nili oof, 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 oof. This looks beautiful. Lazima ni brag. What? Aye. What? Mm. Kazi ya mikono yangu. Unachiki tu ma red ticks. The teacher knew who this is. I am he. Just look at that. What? Mm, 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 mm. Nah, nah. Eh? Eish. Hii kwanza nikapatiwa a 16 out of 20. Kwa nimesema in the epoch of globalization where value attached to traditional culture further diminishes by the day, the idea of black history becomes important. There is a fluidity of identity and movement resulting from the mentioned globalization and cosmopolitanism, which allows Africans to maneuver through different territories and hence have different new experiences in the diaspora. Ifemelu and Obinze in Chimamanda's Americana represent such Africans because they are cosmopolitan characters who manage to maneuver America, the UK, and Africa. A possibility of choice where willing expatriation is concerned is presented. I miss literature. Ah. Sheesh. Collective memory defines the diaspora, a memory of loss, alienation, nostalgia. Is it and nostalgia? I think and nostalgia. Also, a collective amnesia and loss of memory define the African diaspora. This explains the numerous social, political, and cultural movements led and organized by these Africans with the aim of remedying the estrangement loss by recreation of memory and self assertion of identity and an understanding of history. Hmm. Mm-mm. Nikianza hivi sitamaliza. I'll just be. Hmm. Yo. Ah. Oh, hii ilikuwa what I've read mwisho ni from a unit called Literature of the African Diaspora tuliofanya in fourth year. By the mi ni mzee. Si ati nini. Oh, and prof Chesanya tukiwa na yeye fourth year alinipatia tu ma A. Kwa tu ma A. Excellent. Tukistudy Anna Karenina, ma A tu. Waide, nimetry kwa hii life. Sasa nikifail kwa everything else. Ilikuwa tumalize na kusoma prof Chesaina and then nikaanza kuflip through hizi pages zikanichota. We are done. Thank you for joining another Sunday session. Almost 2.5 hours later since tuanze. It's 3:03 a.m. Shukran sana Sheri, shukran sana Irauka, shukran kwa sana Nyanchama. Anasema wacha wewe, out of hizo 16 kama 8 nijua kutumia epoch. Ni sawa, mi nimemaliza. I am done. Sasa nifanye kazi, niko na kazi ya kufanya na niko hapa. Asante for making this possible. See you when we see each other. Nyanchama, enda ulale. Kwaheri. I know you'll watch this later. Thank you. If you're also watching this later, nimepeana some. If you're someone else, I gave some requests regarding Sunday session. So changamka now that this is coming to an end. Asante.